All right, I have a public service announcement, and it's to four individuals. I'm not going to say their names because these are all disappointing individuals. One of which is a Cowboys fan. And I've known him for a long time. Great guy. You know, one thing that bugs me about this guy is that all he does, he eats spaghetti, he eats ravioli, he eats pizzas, spaghetti, chicken parmesan, everything he could possibly eat, he stuffs it in his mouth. And I think he's, over time he decided that, hey, enough's enough. I'm going to start eating healthy. I'm going to get fit because all these Strambolis, stuffing that in your face and drinking beer, that stuff it's just too much, and he walks around like a mini gangster. And now he's come to reality that it's more than just eating Strambolis and pizza and chicken parmesan and Chuck E. Cheese and donuts and all the stuff. So I appreciate I appreciate him doing that because now he can be a healthy Cowboys fan and we can cheer our team on together. The second individual, and I don't know what's wrong with this guy. He has a pretty decent golf game. His favorite team is the Buccaneers. And, all he does is eat potato chips all day. And I told him, I said, that stuff's going to eventually catch up with you. And they're healthy potato chips, but I don't know, what should we call him, the chip man? But he eats potato chips all day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And if you ask him, about great places to eat in Florida or whatever, he will refer you to a place that has the portions of like a penny or a quarter, and they charge you like $50 for a plate. And the food has no flavoring to it, but he eats potato chips. So I don't know what's wrong with the guy. I'm gonna say his name, but he's a delusional Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan. The next individual is, I don't know what's wrong with this guy either. He poses with rifles and he shoots pigs, wild hogs. He's in the wilderness mountains of West Virginia, chasing ribs around the field. Big 10 acres of field of land. He's chasing pigs around with fatigues on. So I don't know what's wrong with this guy. Again, a Buccaneers fan. Something wrong with those guys. But he has these pigs, and he has a shotgun, and he has the fatigues on. He has a mask on. It's like the pig is going to shoot him back. When you go hunting for pigs, or whatever he calls them, wild boar, they don't have a weapon. So what do you have a bulletproof vest on and all this other stuff, and you got the shotgun? They don't have nothing, and they're running. He's a pig murderer. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. There's something wrong with him. And then the last guy, great guy. He don't know a damn thing about sports, any sports. If you tell him football, he don't even bring up soccer. So I don't know. He doesn't have a team. He eats healthy. And he's smart. He can, you tell him, you ask him how much is 20 times 455, he'll tell you that real quick. And he's an expert when it comes to numbers and operational issues or whatever. But he doesn't have a clue about sports. And I don't know what he eats. I think he eats kefta or something. I don't know. And he eats hummus burgers. What's wrong with that guy? I'm trying to bring him on as a Cowboys fan. I don't know if it's possible, but You know, he's a great guy, but again, what's wrong with him? What's wrong with all four of you? Wingman is you know, a little frustrated. I'm going to figure it out, and we may need some counseling for each and every one of you. Now, the Cowboys fan, I give him a break. He's just, I think a nickname for him is Can't Get Right. Been knowing him for, 20 some years, and he hasn't gotten right yet. Maybe this is the year. Wingman out.